Hi guys, and welcome to the channel. So in today's video I've got a bit of an unboxing for you. Actually I've got three figures to unbox for you, and it is from the retro wrestling figure world, and a company once called Chella Toys and now Epic Toys. Now the figures I've got, I think, were all produced under the Chella banner, but are now sort of being released by Epic Toys. So I've picked up Series 2, some of the Series 2 figures, and I've picked up a couple of the other Series figures that I sort of missed out on in previous runs. Now, the actual series numbers are a bit juggled up, so as far as I'm aware, Series 3 hasn't been released yet, but one of these figures is classed in Series 3. It's all very confusing because of the sort of merger from Chella to Epic, and what the areas that Epic have had to pick up to sort of correct the sort of runs and the figures that they had promised the consumers, and pick up a lot of pre-orders and late running figures. So let's have a look at what I've picked up for this first one. There's going to be two videos here. I've got another three figures to do in another video, which I'll probably be the subsequent video from this one. But we'll get into these first three now. So one of the outstanding figures from Series 1 I needed to get was Hayabusa. So the Epic Toys website launched the other day, and I picked up two figures from it, and these two of these are the figures I picked up from that. So there is a bit of a re-release of Hayabusa. So there is Hayabusa in his box. Now that's a figure I don't know too much about, but I have sort of decided I do want to pick up the majority of these Chella and Epic Toys figures to keep this figure collection going. So Series 1, as far as I'm aware, I could be wrong, it's all very ambiguous about what falls into what series, was the Reels World Champions Nick Aldis, All Ego Ethan Page, the Dynamite Kid Tom Billington, Hayabusa, who's here, then a Bull Nakano figure I haven't got, and then this Mind of the Meanie 2-pack between Blue Meanie and Josh Chernoff. I'll talk more about that in the next video. But we have got Hayabusa here. Now, this is a red variant. There's a red variant and a blue variant. To be fair, I don't know which one was the official release and which one was the sort of chase release. But this one is the red variant. And I'm sort of like picking red variants over any other variants at the minute, because most of the figures I've picked up have been the red variants. And I am going to only go for one variant per figure. So that's the way I'm looking at doing it. So there's Hayabusa off his card. Now, as I say, this is a figure I don't know the greatest about the wrestler. So I'm assuming he wrestles in the sort of New Japan territories, but I could be wrong, so I could be doing him a disservice. He has got the jumper body style. There's no jumper sort of action on him. The body does twist. Some of the Chellas I have opened in the past don't have an articulated waist, but this one does. The arms move up and down. He is a masked character, so we've got the red and black mask on. So, as I say, I went for the red variant because the figures I've tend to be going for have all been sort of the red variants. So, I think it was quite a nice way of any variant figures just to try and pick up the red version, just sort of keeping with my the parts of my collection. So there he is. The first one I've picked up was Hayabusa. And then the second figure I've picked up. Now, this one has been released in conjunction with figure collections from the United States and Chella Toys. I see it is marked up at Series 3. This is where it all gets really complicated. As far as I've been made aware, the Series 3 is going to be a complete release on its own. So I think this figure probably falls in Series 2, but as of recording this, it could be anywhere. But as I say, it's released through Chella Toys and Figure Collections, and it is, of course, Swoggle. So they have made it a bit smaller, given that's the character of Swoggle. And if you look on the back of the box, again, it is a bit of an hodgepodge of releases and stuff that hasn't come out yet, stuff that's on pre-order. Just a bit of a mess on the back of the box for the figures they've got out. So you've got the Dynamite Kid, who has released, Hayabusa, who we just showed you, Greg the Hammer Valentine, no sign of him yet, Tanga, who we may have seen shortly, Demolition and Axe and Smash, they've just gone up for pre-order, Adam Bomb, who we've had before, and then Big Stevie Cool and the Blue Meanie, who are in the new sort of wave. So again, a hodgepodge of a figure, but we'll get the Swoggle out and have a look at him. Like I say, he's a tiny figure compared to the other ones, but was one that I was quite pleased to get, because obviously I do watch a lot of the Major Pod Network and Ethan Page on YouTube. Now, Swoggle is featured a lot in their content, so nice to get a little retro wrestling figure for him. And it is nice that they've scaled it in such a way. So if I hold up Hayabusa, you see how much bigger he is than the Swoggle figure, but the Swoggle figure is in keeping with Swoggle himself. So there's no articulation to the waist of this Swoggle. It's just a little small figure, but the arms do move up and down. I think I'll probably keep them in the sort of positions that they are in. You have got a lot of detailing on his tattoos, and I think they've been kept quite true to the tattoos on the Swoggle character. You've got, I think it's his independent gear that he's got on. So some pretty cool green and black gear, which is pretty much the colours of Swoggle. So there he is, number 2 of this roundup video, Swoggle. And then the third figure I'm going to look at in this video is an actual Series 2 release, and it has been released in the big drop of Series 2. Now, they seem to have corrected a lot of the issues with the back of the boxes, especially on those two, with this sort of box. So if you turn the box out around, you've got the 5 figures that are actually just come out in one big drop. You've got King Haku, who I haven't got yet, and then the BWO, who I'm going to feature in a separate video, and then of course this Tanga. But what is good about this box is you've got a little tick box on the back of it, so it does state the official figures from Chella Toys and Epic Toys. So you've got Adam Bomb, Al Snow, Big Daddy, Big Stevie Cool, the Blue Meanie, Bull Nakano, Dynamite Kid, Ethan Page, Gangrel, Giant Haystacks, Hayabusa, Hollywood Nova, Josh Chernoff, King Haku, Luna Vachon, Nick Aldis, Swoggle, and Tanga. So that is the list I'm going to, and that should make up what you would class of the first 2 series, I think. I think what I've heard from Epic and the way moving forward with the release of these 5 figures, that is the end of the sort of historical issues with Chella, and any series and figures that are released from now on are pretty much Epic Toys, and they are in charge. So hopefully we get some lovely figures coming up. Let's have a look at this Tanga. Now Tanga is part of New Japan Pro Wrestling. He was a staple of the Bullet Club, but has since sort of gone his separate ways after a feud with Jay White, who we also have a figure of. But let's have a look at Tanga. So this one has got the articulated waist. It is very, very, does feel very loose, but doesn't feel like it's going to break or anything like that. You've got the up and down arm motions. He's wearing all white with gold panelling on his outfit, white belt on it, and then a face with a nice little tongue out. So all in all, quite a nice figure. Again, a wrestler I am not overly familiar with his work, but nevertheless wanted to grab him just to get this Epic Toys and Chella Toys figure collection up to date. So what we'll do is we'll pop these 3 into the collection with the other Epic and Chella Toys miscellaneous figures in my collection, and then have a look at the whole set up to date. So guys, there you can see the Epic and Chella Toys sort of updated collection. So Hayabusa's there in the middle of it. As I move along, you can see the other figures. And I've added Swoggle and Tanga there at the end. And then Joey Knight, who's an Epic Joey, Epic Chella figure that's a bit of a standalone series, not the Wrestling Megastars. So that's why he's on the end. And as I say, at the other end, you've got Jay White, who's released under the New Japan Pro Wrestling banner. He's getting a counterpart soon, which has been ordered. But as I say, you can see with the red there, I've got the Jay White in the red, the Nick Aldis in the red, the Ethan Page in the red. So I thought it was nice to get the Hayabusa in the red as well. So all in all, building into a nice collection. You can see the other sort of miscellaneous wrestling figure companies that I've got figures from at the back there. But these these new retro releases are really cool little additions to the collection. Because as you see, as I move up, you can see I've got a good retro and, of course, the original Hasbro collection. So really enjoying picking these newer figures up, just to keep this sort of retro wrestling figure collection up and running. So guys, I have it 3 more characters or figures to add into my retro collections. As I say, 2 of them I'm not too familiar with, but Swoggle from his WWE days and his work on the independent scene with many of the wrestling vloggers who I do take the time to watch their content. Fits into my collection quite well. I do have the Matt Cardona, the Ethan Page, and now Swoggle. So I will be looking for the Brian Myers and probably the Smart Mark Sterling, which I do know is out there from the Heels and Faces range, just to complete that sort of a vlog community. But let me know in the comments what you think to these figures. Are you pleased that there's companies out there such as Epic Toys, or Chella in their previous name, producing these type of figures, or should they just leave it up to Mattel or other people? Let me know in the comments, and let me know which one is your favourite. Otherwise, if you have enjoyed the video, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate every single one of you who does take the time to do so. Otherwise, that's it for today. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.